So while Mark was in Washington today, having his meeting with Trump, Pierre Poilievre was having his first meeting. He was having to meet with the Conservative caucus for the first time since his loss in the election. And it was kind of interesting. Pierre spoke with media. Most of what he said was just slogan, slogan, slogan. I guess he's still stuck in campaign mode since he still has to go win a by-election now. But one of the two interesting things that he did say was what he felt that he had learned from the overall campaign. One of them, he said, is that he felt that they didn't bring their message to enough people across Canada, and that they need to hire more people in their campaign to bring that message to more people. And then the other thing that he said is that he felt that he has seen a change in the ridings overall in Canada. Now, for a second, I thought he was going to talk about what everyone's calling gerrymandering, which is not true. But what he meant is that he noticed that it's pretty much become a two-party system now. The NDP did not gain as many votes as what they did in past elections, so it's pretty much become now Liberal versus Conservative, which the Conservatives tend to do better when there's vote splitting on the left. But if you have all these people that are now voting mostly Liberal, it's not good for them. And because of that, he realizes that he needs to kind of adapt to this changing political landscape. Now, I'm surprised that when he was talking about bringing his message to more people, that he didn't say a broader audience. I think he would need to change his message to appeal to a broader audience as opposed to just hiring more people to get out to more people. I don't think his message wasn't getting to everybody. I think his message wasn't appealing to everybody. And I think that's the problem, right? So I think that's something that the Conservatives need to work on, is that they need to figure out how they're going to reach the female vote, because that is something they had a very difficult time. They had very low voting numbers with women. And the other thing, too, is that they seem to be not doing well with older people, which there was a lot of times they kind of screwed up with that one. Anyway, so the caucus met, and apparently they voted to enact what's called their Reform Act or something. Basically, what it means is that they have the ability now to call for a leadership review of Pierre Poilievre anytime they want. Now, that could be a big fat nothing, or that could be something. Because, I mean, if they do a review and 75% of the people are happy with Pierre's performance, it's not going to matter. And, I mean, generally, right now, there seems to be, I guess, quite a few MPs that are speaking out and saying that they're happy. But considering what we sort of know about the Conservative environment and how people get really attacked if they don't back Poilievre, I'm not so certain about that. I'm very curious to see what happens, because I wonder if there are a lot of people that are dissatisfied with Poilievre and would vote against him. But that remains to be seen, right? So we can't expect anything or speculate on anything until it actually happens, right? Because we don't know for sure what everyone's thinking in the Conservative Party right now. The other big news out of the Conservative caucus today was they have picked an interim leader in the meantime until Poilievre can secure his seat with the by-election, because somebody has to be opposition leader with a seat in the House of Commons when it comes back on May 27th. And in sort of a surprising yet not surprising move, they decided to go with Andrew Scheer. Now, Andrew Scheer was the Conservative leader 2 leaders ago, because there's been Pierre Poilievre, then there's been Aaron O'Toole, and then Andrew Scheer. And Andrew Scheer, now, he ended up leaving. He stepped down after he lost his election, even though he had seat gains and kept his seat. He stepped down because there were allegations, I guess, in returns of him using campaign funds to potentially pay for, I think, his kids' schooling. I think the whole scandal was. So I believe he stepped away from leader because he didn't want that to blow up. Now, he's not stepped away from politics. He's remained an MP. So they've decided to make him the interim leader. Now, I think one of the reasons that they decided to let him go forward is, one, he has been a massive cheerleader for Polyev and the Conservative Party through all of this. He happily toes the lies and the bull and everything else. Like, he's been a very good company man. And also, I think because he's been a leader prior and stepped away, I don't feel like they see him as a threat. Like, I don't think he's going to make a play for the leadership role or anything like that, or try to undermine Polyev or that sort of thing. I think they look at him as the safe bet, right? So, but really and truly, like, I'm not surprised. I mean, the Conservative Party always seems to go with the same kind of people. These smarmy, smug, weaselly little bugger. Like, you just can't find people that are massively likable. Like, even if the Conservative Party didn't have policies that I didn't agree with, I've just never liked their leaders. Like, even A.R. O'Toole, since he's stepped away, he's gotten a little bit more likable. But most of the time, he's still just, So, I don't know why it's impossible for them to find likable leaders. Because there's not to say that I haven't liked people on the other side in the past. Like, Peter MacKay, yeah, he wasn't bad. Stephen Harper had his moments too, like, he wasn't awful. Brian Mulroney, again, not a bad person. Republicans too, like John McCain, like, not a bad person. So, it's not always political. Sometimes it's just personality. And I just feel like they've been picking the worst people to represent as leaders for their party. Like, they just find somebody likable. And I think you guys would do so much better. Because I swear there are people out there that support Polyev, but it's just because it's their side. It's tribalism. They're always going to back the same people because those are their people. But I don't think they really like Polyev. He's not that likable. So, but anyways, so that's what happened with the Conservative Party, and I guess we'll see how it goes with the leadership review.